tried a purely counterterrorism strategy in Afghanistan, and that would be called the 1990s. And we know what came out of that. It's one of the complaints that I had in the book, and that I had contemporaneously. I mean, you've got guys. There are successors now, but here are some civilians in the White House trying to tell a Stan McChrystal how to conduct a counterterrorism campaign, and it's not as simple as just counterterrorism, because how do you do that without a support infrastructure? How do you do that without having enough of a presence outside of Kabul or outside of Bagram where you can actually get information? It's not all from NSA. It's from local contacts and so on. And then it's the being out in the field, and when you do catch somebody, being able to exploit the intelligence that you find in their house or in the building where you've captured them or killed them. So, I mean, if you go down to 8 to 10,000 or so troops, you're clearly not going to have a serious counterinsurgency type effort. It's going to be more of a blend, which in fact is what our strategy in reality has been since November of 2009, which is a geographically limited counterinsurgency combined with a very aggressive counterterrorism effort. So, I'm hearing that there is still a large number of people in the White House who just want to pull the plug on Afghanistan altogether and just get the hell out and leave no residual force. And I think that would be a terrible mistake. And I don't care how you characterize the campaign, but having a residual force that is large enough to actually do something, whether it's advise and train the Afghans with a limited counterterrorism capability, providing some logistics and intelligence support and so on. The important thing is the message that a residual force of some number makes to the Taliban, to the Afghans, to the Pakistanis and others. A signal that we're not going to repeat what we did in the late 1980s and turn our backs on Afghanistan and just walk away. This has been the whole point of the Pakistanis' hedging strategy for the last 10 years, is because they've been scared to death all along that we will do exactly what some in the White House want to do, which is turn our backs and leave Afghanistan, put it behind us, and walk out of the area, leaving the Pakistanis to deal with whatever consequences there are. So I'm not arguing for one or another particular strategy, whether it's counterterrorism or counterinsurgency or whatever. They'll have to figure out exactly the composition of the force that's left behind and what their mission is. What I'm arguing is that a presence of some size, along the lines of what's been discussed and I think recommended, sends a very powerful message to all of the players that we're not walking away from Afghanistan.